Tuesday is Choose English Day. From 1 p.m. to 4:20 p.m., join your equipped and efficient elementary English tutors as they bring fun and exciting learning in the world of English. Let us help make your educational journey in English easier and simpler. Every Tuesday, 1 p.m. to 4:20 p.m. Only here at ETUlay official Facebook page and YouTube channel. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
Mabuhay! Good day to all! I am your tutor Madge. Welcome to ETUlay, a free online tutorial, an initiative of the Department of Education, Information and Communications Technology Service, Educational Technology Unit, ICTS EdTech. This program is aimed at helping and assisting learners from kindergarten, senior high school, ALS, Alive and SPED learners. Aside from answering the modules, the ETUlay is offering programs which you will surely look forward to. Together with our parents and teachers, the ETUlay will bridge the gaps where difficulty and ease meet in learning new knowledge and skills. So, let us prepare our modules, pen and paper. Ready your mind to see and hear worthwhile and interesting lessons. Let us now study and learn, together with our volunteer online tutors. Tara na!
Hello, beautiful people from all over the country, Luzon, Visayas, and Mindanao. Once again, it's terrific Tuesday afternoon, another day to learn English, another opportunity to study with us here at DepEd ETUlay. So, welcome back. How was your Holy Week vacation? So, allow me first to greet our duties from our comment section. So wait a second. All right. Of course, we have Joseph Conrad Bulaklak watching using the YouTube channel. Good afternoon. We also have Ryan Jacob Kadawan, Chloe Jane Sakatrapos Paguyo. We also have Clint Abieros. Of course, his siblings Shad, Ruben Tabiero. So we also have Carl Christian de la Cruz. Hello. Gallagher Aguila, Carl Christian de la Cruz. Who else? We also have Ivana Phoebe Tamayo. Good afternoon. We also have Desiree Gutierrez, Michaela Thursday Pineda. Who else? Of course, Gabriel Alan L. Escobedo. It's so nice to see your names once again in our comment section. So, how was your lunch? What did you have this lunch? So, we also have, yes, Edrich de Guzman. Hello, good afternoon. Sino ba? Hindi ko nababate. So, welcome back. So, we are now on the fourth quarter, of course. Every Tuesday, 2:20 to 3 p.m. It's English 3 with Tutor May from SDO Navotas and yours truly, Tutor Ira from SDO Laguna. A little later, we will have Tutor May with us. So let's have our elementary video. There you go. And of course, let's watch the new theme song of grade 3. Okay, same song, so let's sing along. There's a time to study, here to learn grammar, punctuation, and capitalization. We'll be singing and dancing and lots of fun too with Teacher May and me. ETUlay is always full of glee. One more time. There's a time to study and here to learn grammar, punctuation, and capitalization. We'll be singing and dancing and lots of fun too. The Teacher May and me. ETUlay is always full of glee. Okay, there you go. I missed that song. All right. So, for this afternoon, of course, we have a new presentation. Can you? I think you have noticed that. So it's English 3 quarter for week one. Have you seen your faces there in our grade three theme song? I hope you liked it. Okay, all of you are stars there. All right, for a quarter for week one, our topic is degrees of adjectives. All right, and we would like to thank our for our module reference, Pivot for a learner's material for grade 3 English. And for our objectives, we have first to identify the different degrees of adjectives. What else? That is to classify the degrees of adjectives from one another. And the last one is to select the proper degree of adjectives to fill in incomplete sentences. So wait a second. All right. Okay, yeah, so we are still waiting for Tutor May. Like I said, a little later, we shall have her with us. So let's continue. So, what can you see in our slide? Okay, there, I can see lots of hearts there. Hello, hello, Kay Roy, hello. All right, what do you see in the picture? Okay, yes, thank you. So, we have okay, so for topic knowledge related to the lesson, I would like to ask, do you have lots of plants at home? Especially during pandemic, right? We have lots of plantitos and plantitas, right? All right, yes, Gallagher Aguila, we have plants. So, what kind of plants do you have at home? Can you share with us in our comment section? Okay, we have snake plants. Yes, according to Clint, they have plants at home. What else? We have hello po, Tutor Irsa. Hello, Kuya Enrico. Nice to see you again. So tell us, what kind of plants do you have at home? We have ornamental plants, flowering plants, right? So it is very important for us to have plants at home. Okay, it does not only gives oxygen, okay, but it beautifies our surroundings, right? So why do you think taking care of plants is so famous nowadays? Oh, Gallagher Aguila said he has sunflower at home. Wow, that's really nice. Okay, same goes with Catherine Bass with sunflowers then. I wish I have that here in our lawn. Okay, so why do you think taking care of plants is so famous nowadays, especially during the lockdown season, right? Many of us turned to plantitos and plantitas. Now let's find out. Like I said, having plants at home does not only beautify the surroundings. Many of us use that as distressing, right? That distressing way of remembering the good things, the positive things they have in life. So when you look at plants, it gives you hope. Okay, so as you can see in the picture in our slide, okay, I'm going to read a conversation between Billy and Jenny. Okay, and then Tutor Ira will ask some question about it. Okay, allow me to read their conversation. Oh, I can see now Tutor May. Tutor May, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. I'm so happy to begin the first session for quarter 4. Kumusta po ang ating mga bata? Don't forget to share our session for today so more grade 3 learners can be reached. No, miss na miss natin ang mga bata, no, Tutor Ira. Kumusta ang Holy Week nyo? Yung iba nakita ko sa FB, nagsalubong, nagbisita iglesia, nagbakasyon. Maganda yan. Yes, maganda yan. Or kaya sa mga hindi Catholics, because we have different faiths, we have different religious sectors, yung iba talagang sinulit ang isang buong linggo sa pagbabakasyon. You know, kids, it's very important to have some time off because it makes you refreshed and it makes you more creative. I miss you too, Tutor Urza. Let's have the conversation. I think Tutor Ira, it will be better if you will be Billy and I will be Jenny. Will that be okay with you?
Yes, of course, Tutor May. Thank you for this chance to be with you and to be with our cuties once again. So go ahead, you begin.
Ah, okay. Jenny, look at this plant. It is big.
Yes, Billy, it is big. Now, look at this plant. It is bigger than your plant.
Oh, I agree with you. Take a look at that plant in the rectangular pot.
That plant is the biggest among the three. All right, there you go. Thank you, Tutor May. Oh, done sharing na daw po, sabi ni Ivana. Thank you so much. Hello, Rian, Jaya Oligo. All right, so that's the conversation between Billy and Jenny. Now, let's try it to answer some questions. All right, so you have listened already to the conversation. Here's the first question. How did Billy describe his plant?
Mm-hmm.
So
Our
how did
learners, mm-mm. Our learners can answer in one word, just one word, but we will be appreciating it better if you can answer this question in a complete sentence. Remember, grade 3 learners, we have done some writing during the last quarter, so we will be happy if you will be creating a sentence as your answer. So most of them answered big. Okay, the plant is big. Very good, Gallagher. Thank you for answering in a complete sentence.
okay,
Clint
same goes
also,
with the
Billy's
plant.
plant
Yeah.
is big. Is that correct,
Oh,
Tutor Ira?
okay, now Billy said that his plant is big, so their answer is correct. Now let's go to question number two. Tutor May?
How did Jenny describe her plant? So again, you can answer in one word. That is your answer, but we will be appreciating it better if you can answer in a complete sentence.
So
And
I'm
also, Tutor
requesting.
Ira,
Oh, go ahead. What's it?
Tutor Ira, we also want to appreciate our learners because their sentences so far are correct. We
Yes,
can't see any grammar mistakes so far. Sabi
yes.
ni Clint, Jenny
Mhm.
said her plant is bigger than Billy's. Is that
All right.
correct?
Okay, let's reveal the answer now. But I think most of our tutees have the same thought. Okay, and that is right. Jenny said that her plant is bigger. Okay, now let's have question number three. How
Mhm.
did the plant in the rectangular pot look like according to Jenny? Oh, so we have described already Billy's plant. We have given already Jenny's plant. Now this time, how about the plant in rectangular pot? Okay, so we have, don't forget to write the item, okay? Oh, check your spelling. All right. So we have, how about for the plant in rectangular pot? Okay. Now let's reveal the answer now.
What did they
Uh,
answer?
mhm.
The
Biggest
plant in
according to.
rectangular plot is biggest of them all. That's a good try, Tutor Ira.
All right. So the plant in rectangular pot is the biggest of them all, and
Yes.
that is right. Okay. So,
Tutor Ira,
go ahead.
I would like to remind everybody, for number two, this is
Mhm.
the common answer that they did. But I think grade 3 learners, it would be better if your sentence is like this. Jenny's plant is bigger than Billy's. Why should we have Billy's here? We should have an apostrophe and S because we're describing Billy's plant.
Yeah.
Not Billy, but
Yeah.
Billy's plant. Jenny's plant is bigger than Billy's. And I want to commend the answer of who's that again? I forgot. A while ago
We
we
have
showed his
Erin.
answer.
Yeah.
Mm-mm.
Erin Miranda's answer. Jenny's plant is bigger than Billy's. That's correct.
Oh,
Who
yes.
else? So far, that's what I have noticed. Determined.
Yes. So far their answers are correct. We
Okay.
can say that their construction is getting better as time goes by.
Yes, that's really nice to see. Okay,
Mhm.
now let's have the words, the important words we have used in answering this question. Okay, so let's try saying the following words. So repeat after me. Say big, bigger,
Mhm.
and biggest. Okay, now Chita May.
Can we have the next slide, Tutorira?
The next
Uh,
slide.
it froze.
Oh, okay. So how does each word below differ from one another? What is the difference between big and bigger, bigger and biggest?
Yes. Let's ask our learners. Can you know or can you determine for us what is the difference between among the words big, bigger, and biggest? Are they different in number of words or are they different in spelling? Can you tell us the obvious thing about these words? Big, then it became bigger, then it became biggest.
According to Basta Capulong, their sizes. Now, according to Clint Tabieros, big is in comparative form. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
And then biggest is in superlative. I think we have an advanced student here. Okay. So, Zea Althea Noblesa answered degree of comparison po. Wow. Basta Capulong answered differ in spelling. Now, I think you, May,
Tama
our
naman.
students have ideas already. So, let's reveal. Now, each word is different from one another because of the changes in the spelling that happen in each word. So, from big, bigger, and biggest there. Okay, different spellings, yes. Now, given the picture and the words for each plant, what do you think is the difference of the three words from one another? We have
And
big,
I think this was answered already, tutor era, because we noticed, grade 3 learners, because we noticed a difference in spelling.
mm-hmm,
Very good that you noticed that we add the suffix er and
mm-hmm,
est. I hope our learners can still recall our lesson on prefixes,
yes,
affixes, prefixes and suffixes. We added the suffixes and est.
that's right.
Since we are adding these suffixes, we also change the meaning, and
Mhm.
therefore they are correct that we are pertaining to degrees of comparison, the difference in sizes of one object to another. That's right.
Okay, now let's have each word describes the plant by comparing their varying sizes. Okay, that's
Mm-hmm.
like what one of our tutees mentioned in the comment
That's
section.
true.
All right, now these words show the degrees of adjectives, like what Zaya answered. All right, so we have big, bigger, and biggest. So these words again show the degrees of adjectives. So Tutor May, go ahead.
Adjectives, we learned this during the first quarter. Adjectives are words that describe persons, places, things, animals, and events. We also call them as describing words. They tell something about a noun or a pronoun. Sorry to not include that, but we are describing a noun and a pronoun when we are using adjectives. Adjectives have 3 degrees of comparison, like what you mentioned, kids. We have the positive, that's the first one. It's the stage 1, parang ganon.
Mhm.
Stage 2 will be comparative, and stage 3, the highest level, will be called superlative. It's very easy to recall tutor era because the basic or the first level is positive. Then
Mhm.
second level, comparative, comparison. Then the highest will be
Super.
superlative degrees. Now let us discuss these degrees one by one. Go ahead, tutor Ira.
So the first one, the first stage, like what Tutor May said, the positive degree signifies quality. It talks about only one thing, and it is not being compared with another, just one. Okay, yeah. So you simply describe one thing. Okay, so you have to remember that. How about the second stage, which is comparative? Tutor May?
The comparative degree signifies quality in greater or lesser degree. It should be lesser. So, ibig sabihin, tutor Ira, the adjective could also be negative. Pero
Yes.
it pero in comparative degree. So it signifies uh, comparisons between two things. So, dalawa ang ating dinidescribe. Pag isa lang, again, positive. Kapag dalawa, comparison, comparative. Di ba sabi natin way back in our informational text tutor era that when we are making comparison and contrast, we're talking about two things. And we are applying that same concept here in our adjectives. Comparative, describing two things. I hope that is clear.
Okay, now for the last degree, that is the superlative degree. Super. Okay, it signifies quality in the greatest or least degree. So in positive, we describe one. In comparative, we compare two. Now in superlative, three or more items are being
Mm-hmm.
compared. Okay, so you have to remember that. Now, let's have this picture. So, the first one is describing the girl in the picture. The girl is tall. Okay. So, here, the word tall is our adjective, which is in positive degree. Now, how does the mother appear to be compared to her daughter? Okay. So, what do you think will be the sentence this time? Okay, so Ryan answered positive degree, yes. So for the mother, if we're going to compare mother to her daughter, we have the mother is taller than her daughter. Okay, so this time the word taller is in a comparative degree. How many are being compared? We have two. Who are they? The mother and the girl. Now this time, how does the father appear to be compared to his wife and daughter? Okay, so let's see. We have the father is the tallest of them all. So this time, the word tallest is in superlative degree form because how many people are compared this time? We have three: the father, the mother, and the daughter. So the
Yes,
adjective
tutor
here
era.
is tall. Tall,
And with
positive.
mhm.
Okay, go ahead. It's okay. Go ahead.
Positive, comparative, superlative. And we'd also like to take note the answer of Kuya Enrico.
Mm-hmm.
He said that if we are to describe the girl here, she appears to be the smallest. Tama si Kuya Enrico. And Kuya Enrico, as we know, it's in the superlative degree because he described first the girl, and and that's right that she appears to be the smallest among the three in comparison to her father and mother. Very good, kuya.
Okay, so there you go. The girl is tall in positive. The mother is taller. That's in a comparative degree. And then the father, going back, is the tallest of them all, which is in a superlative. All right. So, Chitra May.
Oh, let's have a learning task to apply what we learned from the discussion. Okay, so here's the directions. Please listen carefully. Write the comparative and superlative degree of each adjective below. Write your answers in your notebook. So, for each item, you will be having two answers. Okay, so
Yes,
you will
correct.
be commenting two answers in the comment section. For
Mm-hmm.
the first one, we have the positive adjective big. What is the comparative and superlative forms of the adjective big? We will be giving you 5 seconds to type and write your answers in the comment section. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. The first one to answer is Andrea Janine Paule. Her answer is bigger, biggest. Is her answer correct in spelling, Tutor Ira?
Okay, yeah, that is right. We have bigger and biggest. That's it.
Yes.
All right.
And most of their answers are correct also.
Mhm. Okay, yeah. Now let's have the next word. The next word is sweet. It is in a positive degree. Now, provide or give the comparative and superlative degree of the word sweet. We'll give you five counts. Five, four, three, two, one. Okay, and the first one to answer for number two is we have Gabriel Emmanuel Bejarasco, and his answer is okay. We have or check the spelling, all right. So we have sweeter, Sweeter, and of course the superlative form is sweetest. All right. So there you go for number three, Tutor May.
Oh, let's have thick.
Mm-hmm.
Thick. What is the comparative and superlative forms of this positive adjective? Let's see. And let's give them five counts. Five, four, three, two, and one. Clint was the first one to answer. His answer is thicker and thickest. Is his answer right in spelling, Tutor Ira?
That's right. So you have there the word thicker for comparative and thickest for superlative. Wow,
Yay!
good job, guys. All right. So we're done with testing your knowledge. Now we have some more adjectives under irregular way of forming their comparative and superlative. So you have to take note of these words, okay? Because they don't follow the and the est form. So, Tutor May?
Okay, so the adjectives that we had in the exercise, kids, with the suffixes er for comparative and est for superlative, they are called regular adjectives. Why? Because there is a rule in spelling. Alam natin na pag comparative, mag-er tayo. Pag superlative, mag-est tayo. Regular. There's a constant spelling. But if it's irregular, we change the spelling different, very different from the word. So we have to be familiar. We're not saying, Tutor Ira and I are not saying that you have to memorize
Yeah.
these. In time, you'll be very familiar of these words as if they're at the back of your hand. Let's
Mhm.
run through them. Okay, I'll be reading the first three, and Tutor Ira will be doing the second half. For good, the comparative is better. So it's really different, right? Irregular. And then the superlative degree is best. Now for bad, the comparative degree is worse and the superlative degree is worst. For ill, you also have the same comparative and superlative forms. You also have worse and worst. But what we can see here, kahit paano may pattern, Tutor Ira, no? Kasi meron pa rin siyang ST for superlative degree. Okay, go ahead and do the second half, Tutor Ira.
Okay, we have the word many for the positive degree, and its comparative degree is more, and its superlative degree is most. Okay, for the word much, same with many, its comparative degree is more, and its superlative degree is most. Now, for little, as its positive degree, its comparative degree is less, and the superlative degree is least. So this time, lesser. Okay, we're talking about object referring to smaller or fewer. Okay, for
Mm-hmm.
positive degree, we have the word less. Comparative is lesser, and the superlative degree is least. So many of these actually will be used or will be added to some adjectives. You'll know later. Okay, so like what Tutor May and I told you, you just have to be familiar with this. Okay,
Tutor
now
Ira,
let's go ahead.
aside from that, let's go back to the chart.
Yeah,
I think our learners might be confused because we have little and less, but they have the same comparative and superlative forms. What's the difference, teachers? Here it is. You use little for non-count nouns. Pinag-aralan natin yan yung first quarter. What are non-count nouns, teacher? Yung mass noun, yung mga hindi nabibilang. Example, hair,
sugar.
water. Yes, kaya ang gagamitin natin 'pag konti yung tubig sa baso, little amount of water. 'Pag mas konti yung tubig sa baso, less amount of water. 'Pag naman pinakakonting amount of water, least amount of water. Now, paano kapag less? 'Pag nabibilang, example, candy, less candies, lesser candies, least candy. So I hope you understand that little and less will be used for different kinds of noun. Little, pag hindi nabibilang, sugar, water, salt. Pag less, nabibilang, count nouns. Candies, ano pa ba? Clips,
So, yes,
ayan.
chairs, yeah.
Yes. Okay. I think we can go to the next slide, Tutor Ira.
Okay, so we have
Mm-hmm.
here the picture of three glasses. So the first one is already given. There is a little amount of water in this glass, as you can see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so the positive degree of adjective is used. The word is
Mm-hmm.
little. Now, if you are going to describe the next glass using the comparative form, we're going to have. Okay, how much water is in this glass, the one in the middle, to the glass on the right? So, how are you going to write it? What do you think will be the answer? Okay, so we have there is using the same sentence. All you have to do is right. I can see answers of our cuties. According to Desiree, it's less. According to Ryan Jacob, less also. Let's see. We will appreciate better if you can put it in sentence form. Okay, so let's reveal the answer. There is a less amount of water in this glass compared to the glass on the right. So just like the answer of our cuties to the maid. All right. Now,
Mm-hmm.
how about the last one? The last glass in the picture. How much water is in this glass compared to all the glasses? So we have Tutor May.
It should be, sabi dito, it must be that, let's press Tutor Ira, there is less, this glass has the least amount of water out of the three glasses. So let's correct, no? May
Mhm.
nagsabi kasi dito lesser for comparative. Again, we cannot use lesser because that is only for count nouns.
Okay,
This one kasi, non-count noun. Kaya gagamit tayo ng little, less, and least. I think si client ang nagsabi nun. Pero okay lang yan, client. It's very confusing. Also, merong answer dito, Tutor Ira, na merong few, tapos least, few, less, and least.
yes,
For few, the comparative is fewer, and the superlative can be least or fewest. Pero, ginagamit ang few pag count noun. Count nouns. An example, there are few people in
people.
the park. Ayan, count nouns din. Pero pag water, hindi ginagamit ang few. I hope
Okay.
that is clear.
Same goes to Edrich de Guzman. We are
Mm-hmm.
using or we are showing some examples of irregular adjectives
Mm-hmm.
in its degree form. So, like what Tutor May said a while ago, we only add and s for regular adjectives. Now, less, little is the positive form. Its comparative form will be less, not literal. Okay, and then its superlative form is list. Okay, so don't you worry. I think this table is available in your module. Okay, this one. All right. So again, we have the little for positive, less. Since two glasses now are compared, and then when the three glasses are compared, we have the superlative form, which is list. Now let's proceed to the next slide. All right, Chitra May?
This is for our students to understand better how regular adjectives are formed. Look
Mhm.
at this, kids. Okay? So you have mad, big, sad, and fat. You know that these are one syllable words. We learned that during the second quarter. Syllables, right? One syllable lang siya. Mad, big, sad, and fat. Now, to make them or to write them in the comparative and superlative forms, we will double the last letter. So example, for mad, we double the letter D, then add for comparative and S for superlative. That's easier to understand. So every time you encounter an adjective that is one syllable, you will double the last letter, then add the suffixes or est. Siyempre, teacher Ira, yung beautiful. Beautiful. Hindi mag-a-apply dyan ang rule. Bakit? Because beautiful has three syllables. Pero pag teacher Ira, paano kayong word na thin? Yung thin, yes. Thin will also be applied in this rule. So we will double N, thinner, double N, thinnest, double N. So that's a quick way of understanding how to spell comparative and superlative forms. I hope you will put that in your memory. Let's go to the next slide, Tutor Ira.
Okay, now remember the word than is often used with a comparative degree. Okay, yeah, that is the signal word. Example, my jacket is thicker than your jacket. Okay, yeah, so two jackets are compared, mine and yours. Now, what is the key word? Than. So when you encounter the word than in a sentence, then you have to use the comparative degree. Now, the word the or the, that's the article the, before an adjective signifies superlative degree. Example, she is the or the cutest among the three. Okay, so
Yeah,
those are the
mhm.
signal words. Teacher
That's why,
Mary?
Tutor Ira, yung mga sagot nila kanina about yung sa plant, may
Mm-hmm.
kulang lang ng konti, especially with the superlative sentences kasi nawala yung article na the. So we put the article the or the, depending on on the word that next to it,
Mm-hmm.
uh, gagamitin natin siya before the superlative adjective. Before ha, tapos pag comparative naman, gagamit tayo ng than
After
after
that.
the adjective. Now, si Chloe, meron siyang comment dito na fast.
Mm-hmm.
Yung kanina na sinabi namin na one syllable, it's not constant, but it always occur. Okay? It always occurs, but it's not constant. Parang lagi lang, pero hindi sa lahat ng words sa English. For fast, definitely, it's one syllable, yes, but you will not double the letter T. 'Di ba? Like
Mm-hmm.
thick. It's thick only one syllable, but we do not double letter
Yes.
K. We just add uh, er and est. That means uh, language has many exemptions to the rule. We can observe patterns, but they are not constant. Constant means
Yeah.
happening always.
That's why
That's
it is
why we have.
important, yeah, Tutor Maria,
Mhm.
that our tutees will be they will explore, okay, by reading more and more words, English words, so that they will be familiar with them, okay, whether they need to double the letter or not. Okay, yeah, so
That's correct.
familiarity with vocabulary words is a must for everyone.
That's
Okay.
true.
All right. So we're done with the first activity. Now let's go to learning task number two. And our direction is you're going to choose the correct form of adjective for each sentence. Are you ready? Now let's have number one. The milkshake. This milkshake is sweet, sweeter, or sweetest. So write your answer in our comment section. Allow me to count 1 to 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What is the answer? The first one to answer is Erin. Miranda, and the answer is sweet. That is correct. How many is being compared? None. What is being described? The milkshake. Therefore, we use the positive degree. All right. Now, let's have number two. Tarsier remains the smaller, smallest primate in the Philippines. What do you think should be used? Is it the positive, comparative, or superlative form? Five, four, three, two, one. What is the answer? We have the first one to answer is for number two, we have there, Ryan Jacob Kadawan. All right. And the answer is smallest. Very good. Now, why did we use the superlative form? Tarsier is compared to all the tarsiers in the Philippines. All right. Now, let's have number three. All right, and remember the article the or the. All right, so the primate, the smallest primate in the Philippines. So you have there the clue word. All right, now for number three, here it is. My uncle is the richer, or richest man in our town. Five, four, three, two, one. And the first one to answer is, let me see. Okay, here in my comment section, I can see the first one to answer. Allow me to check. It's Gabriel Alan L. Escobedo, and his answer is riches. And you are correct. And there you go again, our clue word or the keyword, the richest man in our town. Now, let's have number four. Today's weather is cloudy, cloudier, or cloudiest than yesterday. Now, what should we use? Is it the positive, comparative, or superlative degree? Let me count. Five, four, three, two, one. And let me see who answered first for number four. There. Okay, I think Gabriel's net is really fast. So his answer, okay, is cloudier, like Clint. Who else? Michaela, Catherine, Erin Miranda, Ryan Jacob, Desiree. Who else? Andrea and Gallagher. Now let's see if your answer is correct. There. That's right. The answer is the comparative degree cloudier. And take a look at our keyword. There, the word than. Now, what are the two things being compared here? Today's weather and yesterday's. All right. Now, let's have number five. The sound of the chirping birds is pleasant, more pleasant, or most pleasant than the sound of crickets. Now, what do you think should be used? Is it pleasant, the positive degree, more pleasant, the comparative degree, or most pleasant, which is the superlative degree, than the sound of crickets? Let me count. Five, four, three, two, one. And let me see, the first one to answer in our comment section is, all right, we have Gabriel Allen. He said more pleasant. We also have Erin Miranda, same answer. Clinta Vieros, Desiree, Catherine. Who else? We also have Gallagher. Okay, Zaya, Desiree. Okay, let's reveal the answer now. And that's right, it is the more pleasant, which is in comparative degree. Remember, what are the two things being compared? The sound of chirping birds and the sound of crickets. And what else? You have again the keyword than. So, how many words how many score did you get? Okay, so since we are almost time, allow me to share with you or to give with you the summarizing learning. Today in our lesson, the degrees of adjectives show that the words that we use to describe people, things, animals, places, and ideas can be in varying levels depending on how they appear to be. So again, we use them to describe nouns and pronouns. We clearly give how they vary, paano sila nagkakaiba. Okay? Now, how many degrees of adjectives do we have? We have three. And what are those? We have the positive, we have the comparative, and the superlative. And knowing the different degrees of adjectives help us to describe nouns and pronouns more clearly and more specifically. Okay, that is the purpose why we study degrees of adjectives. Now, for your additional exercise, for quarter four, week one, through a show and tell, you're going to use the three degrees of comparison in describing the members of your family. So, Tutor May and I will be very much excited seeing your video, okay, as you describe the members of your family. So, you're going to use the positive. You may describe yourself. Comparative, you may describe mommy and daddy. And the superlative, you may describe one of your family members that compared it or him or her to the rest of the family members. Okay, so that is really exciting. So we'll be waiting for your shared output. Okay, now for quarter three, we will be needing your votes. Okay, so we are looking for the exemplary tutors. Now, we would like you to scan the QR code to nominate your ETUlay tutor. Now, for our tutees who sent us messages, tutor, bakit hindi po namin makita ang inyong pangalan? Since Tutor May and I have received the Exemplary Tutor Award, we will be, of course, we would like to give others a chance to receive same recognition. So we would like you, okay, to scan the code and don't forget to vote, vote, vote. And the voting time is only from April 18 to 23. So don't forget, okay? Now, please like, subscribe, and share our ETUlay page. And these are our English elementary family. And for our mantra, don't forget, success is not final, failure is not fatal, it is the courage to continue that counts. So sometimes when we're answering activities in our module, in our online tutorial, sometimes our answers are incorrect, but do not be disappointed, okay? You just have to go on, continue, okay, and strive harder. That's when we learn more, okay? Now, the next one, of course, is Tutor Ace and Tutor Anna for English 4. Thank you so much. I hope you learned something this afternoon in our session, and we will see you again next time. Don't forget your additional exercise, okay? Thank you, and see you again. Bye-bye.
Ang husay naman! Natapos mo ang iyong tutorial session kasama ang iyong mahusay na ETUlay tutor. May bago ka bang natutuhan? I-share na yan gamit ang hashtag ETUlay Level Up. Huwag aalis ha, dahil may susunod pang programa na pwede mo ring panoorin at salihan. Dahil naghihintay na ang iyong mga tutors. Happy learning dito sa ETUlay!